Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new league racing video. Today we are back with PSGL around Spa-Francorchamps, round number 10 of this season. And as you can see from the title, this is the title decider. 3 races to go if you include this one, and we're 49 points ahead. And that means with a maximum of 51 points remaining, we can become champion today. Around Spa. Alfie Butcher not racing today, so Ismail Fassi is the next in line, and yeah, he's the only one that is still capable of winning.
I got disqualified.
The championship as well, but that means he has to get 3 race wins and 3 fastest laps. So yeah, that is incredibly unlikely. I don't think that has ever happened before. Winning 3 races in a row with the fastest lap. And yeah, Danny Bresney ended up on pole. So I'm doing a last to first challenge because we have pretty much won the title. We just, need to get like 1 point, 2 points.
New gloves,
Realistically, Ismail's not going to get 3 wins and 3 fastest laps. So Ismail went out in Q2 as well. So yeah, again, more unlikely. So now I just want to do a last to first challenge ourselves a little bit. We won 5 from the last 6 races, so there's not much more to prove anymore on this game for me, and that's why we're gonna try the ultimate challenge, last to first around Spa. It's gonna be 5 red lights, and away we go. We got Nikos Longe next to us trying a last to first challenge as well. He's gone for the soft compound though, so he's gonna be a lot faster in the opening few laps than us. And yeah, just a completely different strategy. It's going to be a little bit tight through turn 1. 3 wide for a moment there. And we're going to try and get past Danny Moreno. He's the first person on the same strategy as us. And yeah, he is the one we're battling in his opening stint. We got Jake in P80 now. On the hards as well. He's dropped down quite a few places because I think he was like P14 in qualifying, so he's already lost like 4 places. And yeah, he is struggling with the tire warm-up at the moment. We're gonna go down the inside of Danny Moreno into the next right-hander. Yeah, he's not battling it too hard. He just wants to get forward in this race. He's also doing a last to first challenge. Also did not do qualifying, and I think only one person in Q1 went out that actually drove. So yeah, that's very unfortunate if you're that one person. But yeah, back to the driving.
Jake have damage
yeah, as you can hear me ask, does Jake have damage? Because he was struggling so much in his opening lap. You can see he's missed every apex so far. But yeah, the hards.
For damage apparently.
He's all over the place.
A bit too cold.
Yeah. On
this opening lap, and it's also a heavy car, full tank of course, or actually half fuel tank, 50% race, half of what the real life guys do, and yeah, that just makes it a little harder
so much as well.
See
crazy.
Jake on his usual McDonald's Wi-Fi ahead of us, lagging around a little bit. So yeah, we're just gonna stay behind for a bit. Let's see if he can make some moves on other hard runners. We got Ben Saboconi in P17 at the moment, and as you can see, Jake did get past him on this lap, and now we're gonna try and get past as well. That's to actually take a little bit of avoiding action, not to run into our teammates' rear end. And as you can see, we're trying to get past Ben Saboconi as well into turn 1. We're gonna brake as late as we can, but yeah, just couldn't quite find the grip on the outside there, and we have to concede that position once again. We drop down to P19 again. So not much progress has been made in his opening lap so far, but that was kind of to be expected if you're starting on the hards. Our time will come later on in this race on this compound, and yeah, those soft and mediumers were always going to beat us in his opening few laps. And yeah, tire wear is quite high on Spa, so that gives us the opportunity later on in this race. However, safety car has been deployed because Barry has crashed out of this race. I think he got into an incident with Josh Idowu in the Red Bull, and now we're gonna have to box for a new set of tires. For the people watching that might be confused why literally everyone on the grid is boxing after only 3 laps, that's just because new tires on F123 gives you such a big advantage. If we would stay out, we would lose all positions that we gained by staying out in like 3 or 4 laps. We would lose so much time. So we're kind of forced to box here, and this is not ideal because we cannot go to the hards and make it to the end of the race like other people, like Nicolas Longe, for example. He could go onto the hards and make it to the end of the race, but we can't.
We were the ones that set out.
Just 3 cars, Patrick on softs, Josh on mediums, John on hards.
Is anyone on front boxing?
No.
I'm just boxing again then. Leaves me tired.
Yeah, might as well.
And yeah, as you can see, we're boxing again for another new set of softs, and that's just to get that 1 lap fresher tires. You might think it's useless, but we're in last place anyway. We might as well just take another new set of tires, because even though we're buying a safety car, driving slowly.
So who's on hards ahead of me? New one?
So Dylan P14, and then Ruben, Philip, Wilson, and then the top 4 to 8 are all on hard as well.
Oh, exciting.
But yeah, the reason why I boxed again, just 1 lap fresher tires. It is a long track, and even though it's behind the safety car, that just gives you still a tiny bit of tire wear. So might as well take another new set just for free, and give us a slight bit of pace advantage. As an absolute honker of a restart. We just left 5 tenths on the table there. That was just stupid. It wasn't sharp enough. And yeah, we were not going to go for a move anyway, because we only got soft runners ahead of us anyway, and it's going to be hard to make moves on them. First person on other tires is Ben Saboconi, and yeah, mediums are quite a good race tire. I would say softs, I've got a lot of pace for around 3 to 4 laps, and then the mediums and hards start to get faster, and the hards just have no pace at all in the beginning, whereas the mediums are just good overall. So I was thinking about perhaps going medium as we go for a move on Dylan Warman, who is on the hards. He's on new hards, but you could just see he's just struggling so much. Got a little bit out of shape through Lecombe. And yeah,
so
no
Dylan
chance
is going to try and go to the end.
against.
I'm not sure if the other hard runners are as well.
Yeah, I think they all will be.
There's no on this space.
And yeah, we are planning on boxing again. As you can imagine, we cannot make it to the end on this set of softs, simply due to the fact 16 laps is too much. Even on the hards, it's going to be really tight, and it might be a puncture towards the end. Now, that is simply because on a 50% race, the tire wear is twice as high as on a 100% race. So, let's say you do 16 laps on a set of hards, there will be 32 laps in real life on a set of hards, and yeah, that's just very long. As Danny Moreno goes for a quick little coffee in the chicane. He leaves us the space when rejoining the track very nicely, though. Yeah, he just lock the rears in that chicane. It's very easy to do, especially in race trim. So unlucky moment for him there. And now we're gonna try and go for the move on Ben Saboconi, and then on Wilson Huge, who is on the hards ahead of him. So we're gonna turn on the overtake button through Blanchimo and go for a move into the chicane, just like Danny tried on the last lap behind us. We're gonna try and do the same. We're gonna move to the outside, brake as late as we can, try not to run into the back of Wilson. I almost did the same again as when I was behind Jake, and I had to be careful there not to hit Benz on the exit there, not to hook wheels. One of the most annoying and dirty tactics, in my opinion, is hooking wheels. It does happen, of course, sometimes by accident, but if it's done on purpose, I despise it. I hate it so much. Of course, in real life, when wheels touch, one car jumps up instantly. But yeah, on this game, it just doesn't work like that with the physics. So, lap 13 We are boxing for a new set of mediums. 9 laps until the end. I was thinking about going for softs again, but I just felt like mediums was the better choice. So didn't manage to get past Wilson Huge. And now we need to try and catch up to that entire group of people that are going to try and make it to the end. And then overtake them as well. You can see they're going through Orouge and Radion. Final hard runner going on to Camel Straight now. And yeah, that's quite a long day. Long day from home. Long way from points. We got Ben Sabo right behind us. We're going to try and work together a little bit in the next few laps. We're both on the same strategy, trying to make it to the points. We got still like 6 cars on the same strategy as us, just boxed a little bit earlier ahead of us, 5 seconds up the road. And yeah, we need to try and catch them first as well. So our race just slightly got ruined there because of the safety car. We just an unlucky strategy mixed with that safety car. We would have been much better off without it. Let's keep it that way.
Just
now we're
Jake
gonna
left the pit now. He's probably going for softs either this or next lap.
We're now going to try and overtake Ben Sabaconi because we got Josh Ido right behind us on brand new softs. He's going to try and move past us. We're just going to let him go because he's on brand new softs. And we're just going to try and stay in his DRS and hope he can pull us along a little bit. It's going to be unlikely we are beating him this race because he's on such new softs. And yeah, we're on 1 lap older mediums. And yeah, just 1 lap has quite a huge tire around this track because it's so long. It's quite hard on tires as well. So yeah, we're just trying to stay in his DRS at the moment. Start of lap 18 though, we just had our personal best lap of the race. And Josh is going to try and get past John Evans and Danny Moreno ahead of us, who did not manage to stay with...
medium runners should get to the hard train end of this lap.
That medium train. And yeah, as you can hear my engineer say,
Raining or battery?
that medium group is catching those hard runners that are trying a one-stop in this race at the end of this lap. And then they're going to try and start going for a move. So perhaps we boxed a lap too late, to be honest. I'm not sure, but just have to keep pushing here. Get past Danny Moreno and John Evans, who boxed earlier and did not quite manage to stay with that train. As I got a second warning of the race, so we have to be careful now to not get a third one, because then we would get a 3-second penalty, and that would not be ideal for a race, because that would mean we're definitely not getting points today. You can see John Evans flashing in that Aston Martin, and that means he's below 10% ERS, and he's gonna be vulnerable. Vulnerable. It's like saying Wilson huge. I just can't pronounce it. There are just certain words I can't pronounce. It's like I've got a brain issue. I don't know, but back to the race we go. Danny Moreno managed to get past John Evans there, and both are flashing now, so both are vulnerable. And we're gonna try and get past them on Camel Straight. Dylan Warren has retired from the race. We got Jake a few seconds behind us on new softs. He did the opposite to us. He went to the mediums after the safety car, and we went to the softs, and now Jake is on the softs, as you can see in the top left, and we're on the mediums. So he's gonna be really fast towards the end, but might be all a little bit too little, too late for him. 4 laps to go, and now we're gonna get past Danny Moreno and John Evans. We got Ben Sabo still behind us, actually. He is pushing us across Camel Straight a little bit. And now we need to try and get into the DRS of Josh Ido ahead of us. He has a 3-second penalty, as you can see, so we don't necessarily need to overtake him, but it would be nice if we get DRS and he can pull us along a little bit again. You can see our tires are starting to go off as well. We set a green first sector, just with the help of slipstream and DRS, of course. And now we need to push as hard as we can to get in that 1-second window. I'm using a bit of my battery. I want to save most of it in case we can fight our way into the points in these last 3 laps. You can see the gap is big, but don't underestimate the tire advantage. These guys in the top 10 have been on those hards since like lap 3. Of course 2-3 laps of safety car, but even if you don't count that, it's still like 13 laps on those hards. And they're going to be well and truly finished towards the end. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of punctures. When they went for the strategy, I actually thought it was not going to be possible, but it clearly is, because otherwise they would have aborted that strategy in order to make it to the end. So we're just about going to be in the DRS of Joshi Dowu. We got DRS on the main straight, and now we're going to try and get DRS on Campbell Straight again as well. And the next lap, perhaps we can get past. Championship-wise, we are sorted. Ismail Fassi in P12 at the moment, and yeah, doesn't have a fast lap as well. So we are champion, unless he somehow manages to get all the way up to P1 and get the fastest lap while doing so. But yeah, that is, I never want to say impossible, but the chances are incredibly low. So we are sorted for the championship. Now we're just gonna try and get some points. Josh letting us go. He had no battery left, and we're gonna hand down the top 10, top 12 in these last 1.5 laps of the race with fresher tires and 56% battery. A lot of these guys going side by side, as you can see there. Ismail Fassi and Patrick Sipos. Now those guys are on fresher tires than the top 10, but they're just not gaining as much anymore. So yeah, that's no ideal. I would have liked to see them battle some of the older hard runners, but that's not happening at the moment. So we are going to get DRS by the time we get to the main straight, because you can see we're still gaining every single corner we go through. And then we have to get past medium runners, which is going to be a lot harder relative to those old hard runners. So looks like points is going to be very hard in this race. Looks at the moment like it's going to be P11, but we don't know penalties, of course. In the top 10 there might be some track limit penalties, as we got close to 3 seconds as well in this race. And you can see actually there Wilson huge in P10. So if we get points, it's going to be maximum P10 at the moment, as I'm using a bit of my battery to catch up to Patrick Sipos. Now here we go. Ismail just got past Wilson for P10. And now we need to hope that Patrick and Wilson go battle a little bit, and we can...
Wilson 40 on exit.
Take some profits from that. Yeah. Wilson on similar ERS as us, and that gives me hope. We just need to gain as much time as possible in this middle sector, get on his gearbox and go for a move in the last sector, maybe even in the middle sector already. Maybe hope for some punctures as well on this last lap. No one has got a puncture yet, as Patrick actually got a 3-second time penalty there. So if we get ourselves into P11 ahead of Wilson, while Patrick overtakes him as well, that means points for us. But let's keep focused and try and get past both of them if possible. Through pool 1 we go. You can see Patrick actually got a terrible access from there, and we are going to go on the attack around the outside into the chicane. Drives a little bit into us there, and move up to P12. And now Wilson up next for P11. Not going to be easy here on this last sector. Remember, our engineer said he was on the same ERS as us. Looks like no one is going to get a puncture somehow, and they're all going to make it towards the end of the race. And now we're going to try and tuck in the slipstream into the final chicane of the race. We're going to send it down the inside, brake later, and move down the inside, which moves to the outside, unfortunately. For the last corner, a little bit of a tap. Unfortunately, we get squeezed up onto the curb, and it is P9 after penalties. Unfortunately, a lot of penalties got removed, and we ended up in P11 still, nonetheless. So, bit frustrating with the safety car, but that happens sometimes. Sometimes you get lucky with the safety car, sometimes you get unlucky. Today we got unlucky, and that's just how it is. So, I hope you guys enjoyed our title decider. Wasn't much of a title decider, but I hope you guys enjoyed the last first challenge then, which we failed, unfortunately, today. Next week is Circuit of the Americas, where we're going to be driving once again. Not doing a last to first challenge for Kota. We'll actually take it serious for the last 2 races again. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Ciao.
Yeah,